So we came into the White House Visitor Center, and there's just all kinds of historical stuff in here. The ceiling is amazing. This place is pretty cool. I'm not doing this from my regular camera because I can't take that into the White House, so I'm using just my phone. But yeah, it's really cool. So tons of historical stuff in here. This old typewriter, wow. History happens here. You guys, there's just all kinds of cool history. Super neat history stuff in here. All over. I'm not even showing hardly any of it. Just lots of little historical stuff. Look at this old sewing machine. You got the centerpiece here. That is a masterpiece, huh? Hiawatha's boat. It was a centerpiece in the Red Room. Really cool stuff here, man. The history. Well, with our time in Utah, we were, of course, know about the Promontory Point where they drove the golden spike that connected the Intercontinental Railroad. And they made this ring for President Ulysses S. Grant. It's kind of fascinating, man, just the history in here. And of course, the relationship to the state we moved from. So that's the visitor center for the White House. And then right over here, these people are lined up. Statue. We're gonna end up walking right by that. Then they have the security check over here on the way in. You got your dog check-in and whatnot. Alexander Hamilton Street and 15th. That's where you do it at, right here. White House tour. Excited. Out in front of the White House, having fun. Cassie getting involved.
Slide to the left, slide to the right. Crisscross.
Love it. That's good times.
Let's go to work.
She's getting real smooth there.
To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. 2 hops this time. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Got out now, y'all.
Come on.
This guy He's from Asia somewhere. Some of these guys don't even speak in English. It's so cool. There's a whole group of them here. Look at them. That is so crazy. They're having a good old time, these guys. They make me think of like Vietnam. I may be totally wrong.
Right foot, let's start. Left foot, let's start.
Okay, folks, we're walking into the Smithsonian area, and they're all around here. The African American history building there, and this big mall area here. Yeah, it's really cool. So we had a really good time this morning at the Capitol, or excuse me, the White House. The White House was awesome. You know, if you want to do it, you got to reserve ahead of time. I did it as soon as I could, 3 months in advance. If you wait, if you're less than 21 days, you can't get in. You can't reserve. So that's how that goes, and you're not guaranteed. You have to use like your local representative. We used Mr. Webster for ours, and we got in. So that tour is just a bunch of pictures because you cannot video in there. You are allowed to take pictures.
It was awesome.
You liked it?
Yes, it was really cool.
Yeah. So it is the East Wing. It would be nice to go on the West Wing, but you got to know somebody or be something to go on that side. So in here you got these different booths set up. Quilting, a guy basket maker, that's the Missouri. I think a lot of, distilling over there. So a raised garden. They have a teaching garden thing going on here at 1 o'clock. Foraging. There's a lot of cool things here. H. Hmong medicine. I know I said that wrong, I'm sure. A lot of cool displays and booths set up here. Informative. You guys, this is like a history episode here of just different things to check out everywhere. So this is a curry and make your own bowl with the soup. I got the curry as well. This is in what you call Rice Bar. It's right behind the National Air and Space. Looks great. Wow, you guys, this is so good. It's nice and spicy. It's a curry with some kick, and it's fantastic. They get a 4.7 rating, and I would definitely have to agree. It is delicious.
Bless you.
Thank you.
The egg is so nicely cooked, and the rice and the potatoes and everything. It's just delicious. Okay, guys, after that wonderful meal, oh boy, that was so good. So spoiled. Before we go into the Air and Space Museum, we're just here to do a quick walkthrough of the Hirshhorn. Okay, this is modern art. And this building is, 60s, 70s style. Okay, first thing we'll end up walking into, very interesting, modern art, right? Contemporary photography in China. This room's a little crazy, for sure. It's seriously intense in here. It's like overload for sure. So this is Mark Bradford. Okay guys, didn't have a lot of time to go through that museum, and frankly, my group here, we're not exactly the biggest modern art fans, but if you are, there's a lot more in there to see. We just didn't see it all. Okay guys, just walked into the Air and Space. They do require a time ticket now, so we got ours before we came, so we knew exactly we had a time and when we could come in, and it's pretty easy. It costs $1 to reserve it online. And this is the entry. Really, this is a great place to go for you Trekkie fans out there. Starship Enterprise. So officially, how do you start Air and Space without going to the Wright brothers, Wilbur and Orville, and their history? So they have the 3 gliders, 1900, 1902, 1903. They came up with these 3 different gliders. This is the actual glider that he took on that flight. Amazing. You can see there's little cables that go from the wood piece on the top across, and they make an X, and that was to stabilize the structure. This is a 1905 model. See, it just keeps getting more intense.
This video here, they show he's in Italy. He's literally sitting in a chair. And it's like,
Look at that. Actually flying 1909. Early engine. Wow. The upside down plane, stump plane. Little one-man flyer. The original Up takes his lawn chair, attaches them to some balloons, and away he goes. How crazy is that?
sí, porque también es real que no.
All the planes in here. Little components. Altitude, altimeter. Neat. See, there's your drone delivery. Amazing. Some early flyers here. Man, can you imagine? Definitely didn't fly in like something like this coming in here to DC. They let you get in this plane through this low overhead. Yeah, that's about my chest. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at those. My goodness, all those instruments. Wow. Like first class here, huh? Typewriter. Oh, I can actually stand up in here though. Rolls Royce jet. Turbofan engine, actually. Wow, notice how they're all avoiding the storm up there?
Yeah, they're like going through the bits of it that are weird.
Yeah. This is a takeoff at Reagan in the Airbus. Yeah, we'll be seeing that in a few days. Not from this position, I guess, though, huh? So there's a room here dedicated to satellites, fiber optic. Going into a 747 here. The stairs to send you down there. That looks crazy. Walking those stairs. Look at this. They got 4 seats in here for this thing.
Wow. Look at all those buttons. Whoa.
I'm assuming navigator, pilot, co-pilot, and communications. Guessing. Saw something similar to this when we were at the NASA Center. Right?
Yeah.
I just picked up this rock. It's a white rock, very white rock, but it has a black glass layer on the back of it, or what appears to be black glass. A thick black glass, and it's about a hand-sized specimen. I can't get it in a bag. Actually,
Some fried parts from some space travel that they got back. Another great place to see this stuff is the NASA Space Center. Some space food. Yummy. So there's a whole planet area. You guys, this place is huge. And it's so much, there's just so much to see, and some of it is even closed, like the refurbishing part of it. And we were just saying, oh my gosh, you can't even hardly take in everything that's here already. So, it's overwhelming. You do this in a day, and it's a lot. I can't even show it all because it's just so much. Here's a whole section on speed, Nation of Speed. Man, it's just overwhelming, so much. Sports car, super nice. Little Corvette, 1959. That's cool. Old Richard Petty's car. Stock car racing. Evel Knievel, how crazy. Look at that motorcycle. No wonder they can go further and do better things now. The whole thing is built better now. Mario Andretti and his Formula One. That's fun. And of course, can't miss the Star Wars material here. Wow, I'm sure there's more Walt Disney World stuff going on in here. I've heard there's, not in here in particular, but in some of the other Smithsonians, to try and find them. So this is the Asian Art Building that we're cruising through now. Super neat art. Entering into Japan. So that room is actually called the Peacock Room. Really beautiful. Here's the National Press Building. Yeah, so that building's a lot cooler than the place we just ate tacos at. It wasn't very good. We've been kind of hit and miss on the food, that's for sure. We got a great lunch with that rice stuff that we ate earlier today, but man, that taco was terrible. Yeah, I would definitely not suggest District Taco. It was not good at all. And they had attitudes in there to boot. You would at least think you'd have good food with an attitude like that. Alrighty guys, well that was our day. We started over here from the hotel, which is pretty close, a block or so away from the White House. It's a great location, right? So then from here, we're just able to walk to see everything. So we walked to the White House, over, to Air and Space, and we just walked everywhere. About 6.5 miles of walking. And if you stay near, the White House or the Smithsonian, it's just great because you can walk to everything. So that's how we've been doing it, and that was a great day.